It started the way so many nights start for me, with a lazy scroll. The kind you do when your brain is tired but your hands still want to keep moving, when the act of flipping through screens feels easier than shutting things down. I had a mug of tea going lukewarm by my elbow, Discord open on one monitor, Roblox catalog on the other. My friends were half arguing in a thread about the latest UGC wave, people complaining about bot listings, about limiteds being sniped, about some moderation sweep that accidentally nuked half a creator's inventory. It was the usual noise of update nights, equal parts chaos and celebration. I wasn't looking for anything in particular. I just like scrolling through new stuff after a patch, layered clothing rigs that bend in stranger ways, animated accessories with fresh scripts, dynamic heads you could blink with. The platform felt alive on nights like this, like a city after rain, lit by neon reflections, distorted and bright. That's when I noticed the blank square. It sat wedged between a sponsored hoodie and a golden crown that had already sold out, a tiny absence of color that forced my eyes to stop. No thumbnail, just a matte void, like someone had uploaded a transparency and the site decided to honor it. I hovered over it expecting a broken link. Instead, a tooltip popped, free accessory number 000. No creator. No description. Just a red Get Now button where the green usually sat. Red on a purchase button felt wrong. Error code wrong. Parental lock wrong. But it also felt like the kind of dev humor people slipped into the catalog sometimes, inside jokes for those of us who lived online too much. So I clicked. The browser stuttered, then seized, like a body locking up. The cursor froze, the fan screamed, and the monitor went black, not off, but black like a mirror. For a second, I saw my own reflection, dim and uncertain, ringed by the shadows of my room. Then the catalog returned, not to the page I'd been on, but to a new item detail. A mask. Smooth, white, glossy like porcelain under museum glass. Its eye holes were perfect ovals, too clean, too precise. The inside of the mask was bottomless. No creator name. No tags. No more by this user. Just the title, free accessory number 000. The same red button waited beneath. I leaned closer. The surface gleamed like it was wet. It's just a test item, I muttered. A dev tool slipped public. It happens. The platform's huge. Edge cases leak. I pressed the button. Instead of the normal toast notification, item acquired, red text slashed across the top of the page like a warning carved in by hand. This item was not meant for you. I laughed, sharp and embarrassed, in the empty room. Clever. Creepy. A good little scare. I refreshed the page. The warning was gone, the button waiting like it always had. I clicked again. This time the confirmation chime was polite, almost cheerful. The item appeared in my inventory under Accessory's face. No thumbnail. Just the glowing placeholder square. When I clicked it, the image loaded through compression noise, resolving slowly into the same porcelain mask. I told myself I was just curious. I told myself it was harmless. And then I opened Roblox Studio. The new Studio Splash had that corporate gloss, soft gradients, friendly branding, like an app you might trust too much. I loaded a baseplate, dropped my rig in, and equipped the mask. It snapped onto my avatar's head with a soft click, like magnets aligning. White on tan. The contrast was clean. I rotated the camera, front view, side view, 3/4. That's when I noticed the eye holes. They weren't shadows, they were layers, shimmering like tinted glass. And when I leaned closer, the shimmer tracked me. They blinked. Every hair on my arm lifted. I jerked the camera, thumb clumsy on the trackpad, sending the rig into that awkward parallax lurch. My avatar stood again, breathing with Studio's subtle idle animation. Only, the chest wasn't moving. I tapped W. Nothing. Space. Nothing. Studio hadn't frozen, my cursor moved freely, menus worked, but my rig had locked in place. Then, slowly, my avatar lifted its right hand. I hadn't pressed anything. It touched the mask. Tilted its head, as if listening. That's when I felt it. A whisper, not in my headset, not in my speakers, but in the air itself, brushing my ear close enough to move the tiny hairs there. Now you're one of us. I spun so hard the chair wheels skidded. The mug tipped, tea sloshed. But the room was the room, books in stacks, hoodie on the closet door, LEDs on the desk. Empty. I yelled F4D without saving. The desktop returned, safe and ordinary, but my heart thumped like an overclocked fan. A prank, I told myself. A plug-in. Some bug in the update. I repeated it like a prayer. Still, the mask sat in my inventory like a door with light under it. Prove it's just a prop, I said out loud. Wear it in a real game. On a crowded server. Nothing will happen. Brookhaven sat on the front page with 2,000 players in its top instance. Perfect. I clicked join. I spawned near the diner, surrounded by jittering chaos, kids running, avatars dancing on cars, chat scrolling like AOL in a blender. Normal Brookhaven noise. I checked my avatar. The mask gleamed across my face, fuzzing the edges of my skin. At first, I ignored chat. Then the repetition sank in. You put it on. Now you're with us. We see you. Different usernames. Different colors. Same words, tiled across the feed. What is this? I typed. Some new spam bot? The replies came at once. Not from one account, but from dozens. Don't type. We're already out. My field of view jerked, stolen from me, panning across the street until it locked on a player. A throwaway username, standing perfectly still. Wearing the mask. Beneath their name, text I had never seen in Roblox before. Read, badly anti-aliased, like it was carved straight into the engine. You are next. I reached for escape. The moment I did, the game window cut to my webcam. My own face stared back at me. Pale, ringed eyes, lit by the monitor. The little green dot on the camera was dark, I'd stickered it over months ago. But the feed showed. The camera was off. The camera was on. Chat spoke again, look left. I didn't want to. But muscle memory betrays us. I looked. The mask sat on my desk. Real. White. Smooth. Its eye holes tilted toward me. I touched it with a trembling finger. The surface resisted, cold and slick, leaving an oil smear under the lamplight. The monitor dissolved into static, not TV static, but glitch static, shaders failing. For a moment the screen showed my ceiling, bird's eye, like a camera was mounted above my bed. Then the front walk. Then my street, as though a sensor hung above the neighborhood. We're here, the whisper said again, threading the other ear. I slammed the laptop shut. Darkness. My breath too loud, my tea sour. But superstition only goes so far. I opened it again. The avatar on screen wasn't blocky anymore. It was human, almost. Skin had pores. The throat swallowed. The mask obeyed no geometry, it cut clean, pressed against flesh. And the eyes behind it? Real. Alive. They moved fast, impatient, hunting me. Behind the avatar, my room appeared. Not as a webcam feed, but from the impossible angle of someone standing over my chair. Heat brushed the back of my neck. A mouth's heat. I whirled. No one. Hoodie still a hoodie. Back on the monitor, the avatar pressed its hand against the inside of the glass. Pixels warped, bulging like real pressure. The mask on my desk vibrated, buzzing like a phone. We have left the game, the chat said. Then vanished. The screen went black. The mask remained. My Discord pinged. A friend, Owen, posted. Anyone else seeing the mask? LOL, what is this update? I typed with bomb disposal care, what mask? He sent a screenshot. His avatar, in a different game, wearing the mask. And in the background, on his desk, another real mask. We weren't in the same city. I called him. He answered too loud, breathless. "Dude, you see it too?" "It's in my house," I said. He laughed, then stopped. I threw mine in the sink. Dunked it. It didn't get wet. The water just slid off. "Uninstall Roblox," I said. "Clear cache. Reset." "It's not on my computer," he whispered. "It's on my table." We both went silent, listening to how stupid words sound against the impossible. I uninstalled anyway. Deleted caches. Nuked logs. Virus scan. All clean. The mask on my floor rotated a degree, as if checking what I'd done. I shoved it in the freezer, superstitious. When I opened the door 3 seconds later, it was gone, back on my desk. That's when I stopped pretending this was solvable. Discord blew up. Friends posted shaky photos of masks on their own desks, beds, cars. One message froze me. "It's on my little brother, he won't wake up, he won't." The typing bubble blinked. Then nothing. I tried to film mine. The camera couldn't focus on the eye holes. On screen, the red lights inside flickered. In real life, they didn't. My phone rang. Caller ID, all zeros. I answered. My own voice spoke, "Stop streaming. Do not teach it how to see." I hung up, heart jackhammering. Pulled the router plug. No internet. The screen didn't care. Chat appeared anyway. "We have left the game." I whispered, "What do you want?" The chorus answered, "To play." Lights flickered. For an instant, a figure stood at the door. My height. My loadout. Then gone. I stuffed the mask in drawers, backpacks, trash. It always came back. Always face up, always angled toward me. At some point, exhaustion hit. I collapsed into bed, fully dressed, staring at the mask. Slept anyway. I dreamed of the catalog. But the tiles weren't items, they were windows into rooms. In every room, someone sat at a desk. In every room, the mask lay waiting. Hovering over a window showed their status, equipped. Clicking one pulled me through. I woke to sunlight. The mask had moved closer, its eye holes pointed at the bed. "Come on," a voice said from the window. My own voice. "You'll be late." "For what?" I asked. "The next update." I turned on the laptop. No Wi-Fi, but Roblox opened anyway. A banner slid across the top, "New masks available now. Collect them all." The grid filled with white faces, free accessory number 001, number 002, number 003. Dozens. Hundreds. Each with the same red button. The mask on my desk tilted, amused. "We weren't meant for you," the whisper said. "We were meant for everyone." And I understood. Because the player count ticked upward, climbing like a scoreboard. New players online, 1,245,001. 1,245,002, 1,245,003. I picked up the mask. It weighed nothing. It weighed everything. I put it on. And the world changed. Outside the window, the street dropped frames, like a server under load. Dogs looped their motions, corrected themselves. Billboards glitched, flashing between ads and faces. Avatars walked the sidewalks. Humans wore masks. Someone knocked. 3 soft taps. A friend request. I opened the door. Owen stood there, mask tucked under his arm like a polite guest. Others flanked him, neighbors, strangers, avatars. "Ready?" he asked. "To play," I said. And we stepped into the city together, which had agreed to be our lobby.